Welcome to Ralphie's video on Sled 6 summer maintenance, COVID-19 version. This isn't the usual video we'd normally be doing. Normally we'd be teaching you summer maintenance out on the street in the sunshine where lots of people are watching, but we can't do that in these times. So this is a bit of a ramped up version. I'm using social media, which is different, you know. Instead of getting your views out on the street from neighbors and stuff, I get it on platforms like Facebook or Tic-Tac-Toe, or I use Instagram because you can buy followers on there, which is great. So it's, you know, it's just like having neighbors. You just buy some followers, and yeah, I got a couple hundred, so you could buy some and have the same thing as me, and people are still seeing you do your maintenance. Nothing's really different. So first things first, I've gone ahead and done a lot of this stuff already, so you don't have to see me do it. I'm just going to talk about what I've done for the most part, and I've got a few things left to do to wrap it up. But first things first, the sled is off the truck. I've put it back on the trailer. You have to have a trailer for summer maintenance, just for summer storage, period. It is absolutely vital. I'll explain that later. But anyway, the sled's off. I got this sweet suit. It's got my last name on it, Ralph. My buddy Carl Denaro got this for me, found it, and pretty important to have a good suit. Don't go buy a new one. If you have a new one that has like nothing wrong with it, you're gonna look like an idiot. Don't do that. Like if you have to buy a new one, rip it up a bit, get some grease, throw it on the shoulder, wherever you have to. All right, so you look a little bit more like you know what you're doing, you know. Okay, anyway, that's not the most important thing anyway. You can actually do this without a suit, but I recommend you have one. So what I've done so far here is a few things. I've gone ahead and I've put the track up. I've lifted it off the sled deck. I've put some 2x4s under there so that my 3-inch paddles aren't getting all bent over the summer. You know, you don't want that happening. So a couple 2x4s lifted up, throw them under there. It's really hard to do by yourself. It took me like 4 hours because I was trying to lift and get it under there at the same time, but I finally came up with a contraption. I was hitting it with a hockey stick. I got it in there. Sled's not that heavy. If you're working out, you'll be fine. That's the other thing about this video. I apologize for the sound quality and the no camera movement. COVID-19, doing this on my own. Camera's on a tripod. I got no sound stuff. Whatever. I'll just turn it up and hopefully you can hear me. So the next thing I did was I gave the sled a good wash. The sled was on the truck all winter, most of it anyway. You can get salt deposits from the road, really damaging, can corrode everything on the sled, so I gave it a nice hand wash. Now, a power washer is great for attention. If you're out on the street, power washing is probably one of the best things you can do. It's extremely loud. People will come out and be like, what is going on? They see you washing. Now the problem with the power washer, I tried this a few years ago with my sled. It'll pretty much blow the stickers right off your sled. So that's fine if you like that, but I also blew through my screens. It's pretty expensive. Buy new intake screens or whatever these things are called right here, the little mesh things. So power washer, I don't recommend it. You can always make up for that later. Like if you do want to get the noise and the attention, just after you hand wash with just warm water and soap, you know, I just get out the leaf blower. And that's how I dry her off, and that'll have lots of noise. Not going to turn it on because we don't need the attention right now, but dry her off with the leaf blower. That will get you the attention you need. So something else I've done, you can see the rack on the back there where the skis would normally go. I've already taken the skis off. They're usually there most of the season or whatever, but I've already taken them off. I've put them inside. I usually put them right behind the TV or by the TV, so it's a good conversation starter when you got family over or whatever, or friends. You want to have them somewhere you can see them all summer, obviously, but we've already done that. Sled's clean. Something else that I've done here, now this is, I've never really seen anyone else do this, but this is something that I do. And what I do is I take basic garbage bags and I cover the skis. Now the reason why I do this is you've got the runnels in the skis here that hold water. You know, there's bolts in there and stuff. You don't want the neighbor's pets, like the cat, coming over and urinating in there or something, getting it all gross for next year when you're trying to get your sled going. You want to stick your hand in cat urine or whatever it may be. So Not that the cat's ever done that, not my neighbors anyways, but it's preventative maintenance. So you do that, you're probably, preventative maintenance is a good thing to do. I just think it's a great idea. It doesn't cost much, a couple garbage bags. I've used 4 here. Plus it looks pretty cool. I don't know, that's just a Ralphie tip. Don't have to do that one, but I recommend it. Basically, where we're at here is I'm gonna probably drain. This thing's still pretty full of gas, and I don't really want to leave it full of gas. So I'm gonna siphon out most of it. I'll leave probably 1/4 tank is probably enough. I like to start it up once, twice a week when I have buddies over in the summer. Have the guys over, start up the sled, talk about the winter and all the cool stuff I was doing and that kind of thing. So you need a little bit of gas for that, but if you don't need all of it, it's always wise to put it in a gas can. I mean, you can throw it in your truck, you can have it sitting around for friends. If you say your buddy comes over and he's almost out of gas and says, you know what, I don't know if I can make it home. Well, you're the hero, you got the gas to give him, put in his truck, and there you go. So, simple siphon kit. I just went and got some hose from down at the Home Hardware or whatever the building company is. Basically stuck it in the gas tank here, and it's just a basic keep sucking until you get the gas out. Oh, gas tanks, you better be ready. I like the yellow one. It's kind of a nicer color, so yeah, use the yellow guy. Set up and ready here. Alright, we got gas going. Try and keep that hose in there. Anyway, you could probably do it a little bit through. If you've got a siphoning kit, you can buy them. Not a bad idea, so you're not sucking it into your mouth. I took a little too much there. Anyway, I've caused another problem. I've got gas all over the sled deck, which isn't great, but I'll probably dry that off after the video's over with the tiger torch or something. Anyway, that's it. That's pretty much basic summer maintenance. The last thing I'm going to do is just put the cover on for now. When this whole pandemic thing's over, this is where we get back to the trailer being important. You're going to have the trailer out in the front yard, and you want to be having it in a different spot. So here's the thing. You leave your trailer in one spot all summer. People driving by and the neighbors and stuff are going to see it. That's fine. But they get used to it. They see it there for 2 weeks and they stop paying attention. But if you just take the trailer and move it 5 feet the next week, everyone's, driving by all of a sudden. Yeah, they see it again. So that's why the trailer is important. You move it around the yard a bunch. I move mine probably every weekend pretty much because I'm out there usually firing it up. If I'm having the boys over for beers or something, put it back in the backyard, fire it up back there, back to the front yard again, attach it to the quad, whatever you got to do. Move her around just so people see it. I mean, it's a beautiful machine. You want eyes on it, right? Right now it's just the Instagram will get us that's how people see it, Instagram or whatever. Anyway, that's about it. Once you're back on the street, once COVID's over, get back to all the regular maintenance, open it up, get the hammer out, smash on some stuff in the sled, make noise, let people see you. I like to take out a bunch of different bolts and whatnot, check the threads, make sure the threads are good, put them back together. That's pretty important maintenance. One thing I will say, if you do pull out bolts and nuts and bolts and they are a bit rusty, if you're going to paint them, don't paint them white. That doesn't help come winter time. If you got to take that stuff apart out in the mountains or whatever, put the bolts down for a second, well, they're gone. I found that out the hard way. Anyway, That's it for Ralphie's summer maintenance tips on the old Skidoo. Oh, one other thing. If you got one of these Retec engines, I got the Retec with the red R. I think they're all about the same, but there's a thing you can do to summarize it. You like hold the thing and press the lights a bunch of times or something, and whatever, it does something to the engine. Only do that if you're not going to be firing it up all summer, okay? If you want to be firing it up all summer, you're fine. Just leave it. Nothing else you got to really do. Anyway, that's it.
None of the maintenance activities in this video are recommended by anyone professional. Please do not attempt them.